Howdy, it is Thursday, April 11th. The time, can't see my watch, but I think it's around 5:20 p.m. And as you can see, it is raining. And I think the temperature is around 12 degrees Celsius. And this here is the intersection of Yonge and Bloor. I'm right at the north end of downtown. And that's a look south down Yonge Street. And it has been raining all day. I wanted to do a live stream this morning, but decided against it. And it doesn't look like the rain is going to let up anytime soon. But for this one, I think I'm going to head over to Bay Street. Then we'll walk south from Bloor to where? I'm not sure yet. We're just going to make this one up as I go. I had a different video in mind for today, but we'll save that one for a time when it's not pouring rain. Although when I left my apartment a little over 20 minutes ago, it was coming down a lot more than this. And there's a new cafe, the A-OK Cafe. So this is west on the north side of Bloor Street West. And in a block I'll be at Bay Street. And on the right is a high-end Canadian department store, Holt Renfrew. That explains the presence of all those valets hanging out in front. There's Italy. I've only ever been to the location in downtown Manhattan before. I've never been to this one, but I've heard good things. And we're at Bay Street. Bay Street ends several blocks to the north of here at Davenport Road. And that is the Yorkville neighborhood. Just going to make sure the camera lens is holding up. It's not that windy, so there's not much in the way of wind blowing rain into the camera. We've had some absolutely gorgeous days throughout the week, so I guess we were due for one of these, and I think the forecast says it might be raining tomorrow. There's a look into Indigo Books. And this stretch of Bay Street, it's really hard to describe the character of it. It's kind of a hodgepodge of shopping. There's condos and apartments and some office spaces. It almost has a bit of a generic feel to it, to be honest. And there is Bay Bloor Radio. Think of it as like a high-end Best Buy. Speaking of which, if this walk takes us that way, I might pop into the Best Buy down near Yonge and Dundas. There's a few items I'd like to take a look at. This is Charles Street West. Under the scaffolding or out in the rain. I've got a new sectional sofa and a TV bench arriving both tomorrow between noon and 5 p.m. I'm kind of itching to upgrade the size of my TV, so might pop into Best Buy and just check out a few models I've been looking into. I want to go from a 65 to a 75 or a 77. I sit 8 feet away and it's starting to look a bit small. But anyways, it's not what this channel is about, as we are at St. Mary Street. It's certainly an interesting development. I'm not a fan of the way that meets the sidewalk over there. I'd like to see more of a continuous retail front. That's kind of on brand for Bay Street. And this building on the left has a redevelopment notice. They want to put a 59-story building on that lot. And a lot of the area off to the right is occupied by the University of Toronto. That's Clover Hill Park. And again, just another kind of bizarre way for a development to meet the sidewalk. There's a nice public plaza, but there's nowhere to sit there. So maybe the word nice was not correct. But would I live here? Absolutely yes. Still a fantastic location. It's very convenient. You've got Yonge Street and Line 1 just to the east of here. And just to the west of here is the university side of Line 1. And there are buses that go up and down Bay Street. And it's got plenty of cafes and supermarkets and that sort of thing along the way. And there is something we don't have enough of in Toronto. Some smart design around the curbs. Notice how it discourages any cars turning onto the street from cutting it too close. And getting in the way of a pedestrian or running one over. Party one topping pizza, $25.49. Shawarma queue. Got a Freshie and a Timmy's over there. And this is Wellesley Street coming up. You could turn right, and that'll take you right over to Queen's Park, the Provincial Legislative Assembly. And you could go left, and that'll take you past Wellesley Subway Station and over to the Church Wellesley Village. And it continues east all the way into Cabbagetown. There goes the 19 Bay bus. So that rolled by 12 minutes and 30 in. We'll see if we can catch another one going by and gauge the frequency. And these are provincial offices, which makes sense given their proximity to Queen's Park. They're undergoing a very extensive renovation. They've been covered up for the past few years. What do stop signs even mean anymore? That car didn't even pretend to slow down. Bing Chinese crepe. And this neighborhood is known as Bay Cloverhill. There's a quote by the great Frank Lloyd Wright, who once designed a mile-high skyscraper. Keyword designed. It was never built. Nor did they have the technology or the means at the time he designed it. How is this for an impressive frequency? Another 19 bus running up to DuPont. think with the light change, that'll put it right around 5 minutes frequency. As we get to a street called Grosvenor, Grosvenor Street. Like here, Grosvenor. I have it on reasonable authority that it's Grosvenor. Now there's a viewer of this channel who would like to disagree with me on that. I'm just so petty that I bring it up every time we walk by. I don't even think the city of Toronto itself could tell you how it's supposed to be pronounced. Over there is Nando's Chicken, where a former General Motors dealership used to be. Oh, we just had an umbrella collision. And this is the Metro Toronto Police Headquarters. In between Grenville Street here and College just to the south. There's a running room. Oh, they are carrying some ultras. I might have to go in there and take a peek. And this is College Street. I just got a very weird message from UPS. It says my delivery has been completed. And it says it's scheduled for tomorrow between 1 to 4. I'm not sure what that means. Has it been completed then? There's College Park. And I'll look north at Bay Street. There's a Farm Boy and a Metro supermarket in there. I was not aware that I flipped the camera over on me. I was checking the delivery status again. It really makes no sense, does it? It's not showing anything sensitive here. Your delivery has been completed. Rescheduled delivery Friday, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. What the heck does that even mean? To me, completed means you drop the damn thing off. I'm going out after this, so rather not have a package waiting in front of my door all night. As we hit Gerrard Street, there's Sick Kids Hospital on the right. And the rain has really let up. I'll look over for some reason to the Chelsea Hotel. And this is the Street of Nightmares. It is Elm Street. It's also a street of very delicious steak, the best in the city in my humble opinion. Not that I've tried all the high-end steakhouses, but Barbarian's is just over to the east there. There's the old coach terminal. A beautiful old Art Deco building, at least on the outside, on the interior. It's kind of on the grubby side, but they've relocated those operations south of here down at CIBC Square. It's also where you would catch a go bus. And this is Edward Street. On the left is the atrium on Bay, which plans to squeeze a 34-story tower on the site of the old Ford Hotel. right decisions. I've recorded in the financial district, which is to the south of here, a fair bit recently. So I think I will spare you from having to endure you walk south through the financial core, so we're just going to head east here. And there is Best Buy. I'll save popping in there for another day. Actually, let me check the time. 5:46. All right, let's do it quickly. As I get splashed. I used to have a Best Buy 2 minutes from my home. My current TV I bought from there, and the one before that. And they lent me a dolly I could put the TV on and just wheel it back to my place. But now I'd have to get delivery. I don't know if I'll record through here or not. There's a girl standing at the door. I'll just kind of shield my camera with the umbrella. Time to avoid any salespeople. There we go. Not QNED, OLED. Which one is that? Model, that is the 653P. I don't know if that's the B2 or the C2. Well, welcome to a Canadian Best Buy. A Bravia mini LED at 93 inches. That's much too big. Well, too big for my space. I use ratings, rtings.com, to gauge if a TV is up to snuff or not. That is the right size, 75-inch 4K OLED. I was hoping they had the TCL QM8 on display. LG. There's a frame TV. Not really interested in a QLED. There are some Samsung OLEDs though that have caught my eye. I think the S90 is one of them. Well, I did not see the QM8 anywhere. It's an 85-inch mini LED TV. Well, it's probably here somewhere, but we're not going to waste our time.
For that night I store, it's like $50.
But I did see TCL here. That bad boy is $6,500. I don't see it. Oh well. Let's blow this popsicle stand. And you can go this way. There's a Starbucks, you can head down. There's a Canadian Tire entrance, and a Mark's, and the Subway. I know it's cliche to go to Dundas Square, but at this time of day, after or during a rainfall, with all the reflections on the ground, it's a pretty neat experience.
Just a little bit, I want.
I have a lighter variant in the farm road bag.
Oh yeah?
Somewhere.
Oh.
There goes a westbound 505 Dundas streetcar. I guess the rain quiets things down here a bit. There's no buskers or preachers. That you would normally hear here. I saw the Believe guy yesterday riding through here on my scooter. But for the 10 billionth time in this channel's history, we finish up at the square. And I hope you enjoyed this walk down Bay Street. And what was a pretty light rainfall overall. I was kind of hoping it would be a little heavier. Do let me know your thoughts and comments down below. And if you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe. I think about 80% of this channel's viewers aren't subscribed. Oh, there's some neat colors. And I want to thank our channel members and Patreon supporters for their support. There are links to those platforms down below in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there's a super thanks button appearing down below as well. All right, we can end the charade and get rid of the umbrella. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Awkward AF. Yoink.